Hi, I'm Gioia de Cari. I'm the writer-performer of Truth Values. Welcome to Central Park in the spring, and the second in our series of videos documenting our adventures at MIT. This one features an interview with Professor Nancy Hopkins, whose leadership on women and science issues profoundly inspired me in creating the play. Please enjoy.
I think it's so interesting that it has struck a chord across the country. You can understand at MIT why this play would strike a chord, because there's so many MIT things in it that are fun for us to see. But I think that one of the things about it that's so fascinating is it a play about the graduate student experience for everybody, or is it a play about the graduate student experience for a woman in math? And I think the answer is it's both. But the bias against women in math, or this notion that a woman is out of place somehow in the mathematics world, I think is still, unfortunately, present, and explains very much part of the reason that women don't go into math in significant numbers. And I think it starts well before graduate school for many women. So what's interesting also about the play is Gioia was such a successful mathematician in college that she got as far as she did. I think many women have experiences like that much earlier, so they never get to graduate school at all. So when I was young, of course, it was assumed you were the secretary. If you were a woman in an office, you were the secretary. You couldn't possibly be the professor. But the same issue still occurs, that people, I was quite surprised by that in a recent report that came out last week, that women faculty still find somebody comes and says, "Where's the professor?" I think that the change that has been really significant at MIT has been to see women move into powerful positions in the administration, and to see, although the percent of women is still small, the absolute number of hugely successful women scientists is getting to be substantial. It's a real collaboration now between the women who are interested in this issue and promoting it, which is most of them, and the men who have gotten on board with them, and it's a real collaboration, I'd say. Whereas when we started, it was, we were hiding so no one would notice we were doing this, because we were afraid of backlash and all kinds of things. That's the thing that is so fascinating about this play is, a person thrown into that situation, what are the chances that they're going to choose that profession who's had the experience that she describes? She's too young to really know how much of it is I'm just not suited for math, and how much of it is this particular environment I fell into. You can't dissociate them really. Whereas today, I think you'd have a real chance to find out if that's the thing you really want to do or not, because people would try to help you to see what the problems were, so you could decide, no, I really don't like doing that, or versus it's this atmosphere, who would like doing this, in this atmosphere. So it would be better today. However, I still believe that the whole society still holds a belief that girls in general aren't as good at math. And that belief has really negative consequences. For me, it was like taking the temperature on this problem. It was a measure of where we are on this issue. I think, pretty certain, had he said that 10 years ago, very few people would have seen anything wrong with it. I think the fact that so many people realized what a terrible thing it was, I was very surprised. I didn't realize we'd come that far, that there were so many people who were outraged by it. And I think how many years have passed? It was 2005, so it's 6 years. So how far have we come since then? I think there are still people who still do not understand what was wrong with it, and there are people who are still shocked that he actually said it. And I think there are people like myself who still feel that we know that had he said that about other groups of people, Jewish people, black people, he would have lost his job in 48 hours. He, not only did he say it and not lose his job immediately, and really didn't lose his job because of it, really. He got an honorary degree from Harvard. He's come back to Harvard, he did very well, really. So the fact of the matter is, in our society, it's still okay to say this about a woman. And yes, it's not politically correct, and yes, a lot of people get upset, and in his position it was certainly unacceptable. But he really should have been fired in 48 hours. And it didn't happen 6 years ago, and my guess is it would not happen today. MIT has become so engaged in this issue. They really do want to fix this issue. I think we have the momentum going. That we had a report in '99, it attracted a lot of attention. The administration has done an extraordinary job of working on this now for 10 years, bringing it forward. And this play and the attention it's brought to this issue, I think is something that they're delighted to have back and be able to talk about the issue again, because really math and physical sciences are now the sort of frontier of this problem. There are a lot of women in the biological sciences. We're still not 100% solved the problem, but we are really far along. But in the math and physical sciences, we still have a long way to go. And this is a delightful and exciting and fun kind of way to bring this problem back on the table and engage the community in it.